President. Pending in finance is Council Order 2017-24, which is an appropriation of $159,500 to the Quincy Fire Department for recruit protective equipment, which I believe is an appropriation for pre-cap.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I see Chief Barron here with us this evening. I did disseminate prior to the meeting the backup or narrative regarding this request, but as the Chief's here, I welcome him to the vote. Second, Chief.
Oh, we have a second from welcome, Chief.
Thank you.
Not quite the crowd we had.
I thought they were here to see each other.
Go ahead.
You have before you a request for turnout here for a recruit class that we are hoping to start very shortly. The equipment that we are looking for is turnout gear, 2 sets for each new recruit. They include the turnout pants and jackets, all of the boots, helmet, gloves, a particular survival flashlight, and a protective hood. The standard now for firefighting gear is to purchase 2 sets of gear, or to have each firefighter have 2 sets of gear. We've been able to incrementally have all of our firefighters have the 2 sets. We do that by their initial set of gear. Since I've been chief, I've started to conform to that standard, as have nearly every department in Metro Boston, 40 different departments. The turnout gear itself has to be cleaned after every major incident. In the process of doing that, it places that gear out of service for a period of time. We have a standard operating procedure. I will read just a general statement from that standard operating procedure, which is a requirement of all firefighters. Firefighter protective clothing must be kept clean to ensure its proper performance. Dirty gear carries less insulation, is more likely to conduct heat and electricity. It lacks liquid shedding properties and can become potentially flammable. Moreover, many fireground contaminants are carcinogens and skin toxic chemicals. Turnout gear needs to be cleaned regularly to prevent these problems. Soiled or contaminated ensembles or ensemble elements are not to be brought into living or sleeping quarters, not to be brought into the home, not stored in personal vehicles, and not washed in home laundries or washed in public laundries. This is a great departure from my initial years on the department. The cancer awareness as a causative element in firefighting studies have borne out the fact that we have to have these sets of gear. And even early in my career, if I had a fire and subsequently went to an additional fire, after that gear is saturated, it actually conducts heat and steam, and you could actually be subject to steam burns. And again, that was before all of this awareness. So, and again, since I started as chief of the department 8.5 years ago, we started on this process of making sure that each firefighter has a second set of gear. We could do that with the hires that we had, and just catching up. And I've been able to get money in my budget to do that. And occasionally we were able to refurbish gear from retirees, and that is how to play. In this endeavor, it is important that for these hires, we start them out. We hope that they have long, healthy careers. And So that's the goal. And the request before you reflects that goal. I'd be happy to answer the questions.
Does anyone have any questions of the chief? Chair recognizes Councilor Liang.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is not a question. This was actually want to take a moment to commend you and all of the Quincy firefighters for the work that you guys do. Councilor Devona Harris and I had an opportunity to visit the Quincy station this past weekend. And first of all, we're grateful for the hospitality, but I think I can speak on behalf of all three of us. I'm really impressed by the work that the department does across the city. You know, we unfortunately have that horrific house fire in House Neck, and you know, after that, I was talking to your team members over in Quincy about what the process is when they come back from that. You know, the gear has to come off, it has to get washed properly. They need to take hot showers, and even after that, you know, 3 days later, you know, one of your guys were saying that he can work out and he can still, you know, smell that coming from his pores. I mean, getting all of that out of your system because of the cancer rates. I mean, there are alarming cancer rates for firefighters. And you know, I just wanted to again take a moment to commend you guys for your service, because it's to put it to layman's terms, I don't know how else to phrase it. It's not an easy task that you guys do, and to make sure that you have the proper equipment, the proper gear to better serve our city, I think is really crucial, and to make sure that the trainees are trained properly on how to handle that. Again, like you said, not to take that gear home with you, not to take that gear from one fire and go to the next and spread those percentages and to spread that smoke and to spread that danger. So I just wanted to thank you and your men obviously for the hospitality, but also for the work that you do in this city. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor.
I have a motion to, Chair recognizes Councilor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit as well. Chief Barron, thank you to Michael Palazzo in the back there, Tony Bose as well, for inviting us, Councilor Harris and Councilor Liang, this past weekend to take a look at this equipment, take a look at this, the gear that you have that you're looking to appropriate. I think that was really important that you guys showed us what was coming to the council tonight, as well as having a nice lunch with you guys. I appreciate that, I really do. And how it's
See a certain value.
They went Italian, they went pasta, which was great. So I really enjoyed that with some nice salads, some nice meatballs and sausage, Italian way. But you know, for the 28 new candidates coming in, and how important that our fire department is starting to get back to where we were before. There's been some programs that were cut over the years, and we're just trying to get back to where we are. Very similar to the Quincy Public Schools when I talk a lot. We're getting back to the stages of where we need to be at when we're doing all this redevelopment in this Quincy Center. I want to note that I applaud you guys for the terrible tragedy that happened in House Neck as well. Near and dear to my heart that the poor Powers family, that the grandmother and the 19-year-old teenager passed. It's something that talking to some of the firefighters, you train very hard for this, and when you get out to that site, you just don't know what's going to happen at times. And that was the articulation of the story that was given to me, that sometimes you just don't know what you're going to be put into until you get there. And to see the different stations come in together, and you know how important that is to think about really for a second here, that how important fire departments are, how important police departments are. We need to be able to give you the resources to do your job. And unfortunately, this money, this costs, there's funding involved in this, there's money involved, there's allocations of it. And people sometimes, we're getting ready to go into that budget season, some people sometimes don't realize that we have to put these appropriations in place to give you the proper resources to run your fire unit. And without these type of things, you can't wait until they're to a point you can't use this stuff. You have to replace them while you have that second set of gear. And I want the public to understand that, and how important it is when we're looking at other different trucks and appropriations for different equipment, that how important it is you can't wait until it's already broken down. It's kind of too late. We have to outfit them and bring in the new cycle of things. So I'm very on board for this appropriation. I want to thank you guys for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
The chair recognizes Councilor Harris.
Thank you, Councilman, Acting President. Thank you. Chief, always a pleasure to see you, and thank you to the guys. I'll very shortly, very quickly echo the thoughts of my peers that were with me. One thing that really impressed me about the folks and you folks is people don't realize that not only what you do on a day-by-day basis, but also the fact that your people went out and found federal money, $850 million, I think I was told, $850 million, I mean, $850,000, sorry. I wrote it down too. Yeah, I'm thinking about tonight's one. But $850,000 that taxpayers don't have to pay out of their pocket is through their property taxes. And I can only say is, if every department was able to do things like that, where it made the department better, made a service better, we would be even better than what we are. But I was really impressed with what I saw the other day, and I applaud you. Thank you so much for what you folks do on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
I did want to take a moment to recognize again Lieutenant Plaza, so already referencing Firefighter Keenan and Firefighter Close. Thank you guys for turning out here this evening. Appreciate it. Appreciate your service to the city. Chair recognizes Councilor Palmucci.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've obviously voted in support of this. I think it's well spent money. I did just want to say, I also went to the fire station by myself. I was given a bag of plain M&Ms that designated me as a firefighter. So it wasn't even peanut M&Ms, it was plain M&Ms. So I don't know what the vote on the rest of them are, but apparently I'm a much cheaper date. Chief, the numbers of guys that we're adding, how many guys are we adding this term out here for new folks coming out of the department? How many?
We're looking at 27 recruits in this class.
And that's a tremendous number. How many guys do we have on the job now in the department?
Right now we have 190.
190. So I mean, you're talking. I'm trying to do the math real quick. I can't do it, but yeah.
217.
No, but I mean, it's what, like 12, 15%, somewhere in there that you're kind of bringing on board compared to. So, and I'm sure that reflects some retirements, some additional positions, as Councilor Harris said, the federal funding. But when will they be on board? When will they be on a truck in the house?
On trucks, sometime around mid-May. We're looking
This
at
year?
roughly a 11, 12-week training academy.
And when did you start the process of onboarding these guys?
We started in May of last year.
So a full year to get them on board.
Correct. By the time we worked through the civil service process, exhaustive background checks, it is quite lengthy.
Right, and we've had the same discussion with Chief Keenan, and I think, I want to say the last time we discussed with him, it was more like a year and a half between getting, opening the list, getting someone into the academy, getting them out, and then getting them on the street. It's like a year and a half. And so, we're used to when we vote on the budget, we expect, everything just magically happens. And okay, we add a position to the fire department, if we add a position to the police department, a couple here and there, as we've been doing in alternating years, that they're going to be on, but it takes some time. So I'm glad to see that we're doing what we need to do to bring folks on board and replenish the ranks and beef up the department on a consistent basis. So thanks, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Council.
Chair recognizes Councilor LaForest.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you to firefighters local 792. I didn't get chips or M&Ms. My engine 6 visit. I'm a frequent
fire down there. But I want to say thank you to the representatives of the union here in the audience who are always so willing to answer any questions, to reach out, to advocate. And what you do goes far beyond the day-to-day expectations of what your job is. You're out there out in the community, and the philanthropy that the firefighters union do in this community is tremendous. And you're always advocating for something, whether it's, some women in my ward did a Bees breast cancer walk. Firefighters team were right there with them. They did an event at Cadmus. They're just constantly, whether it's Relay for Life, something, you're always out working in the community, working for the betterment of the community. And just am grateful for the work, charitable work you do, in addition to the work you do, obviously, in the department. So the other thing is, clearly it's time, Chief, for another fire ops training. Councilor Crowe and I are the only two around the well that are alum of your fire ops training program, which was very great for us to get that hands-on understanding as to what it is, what you endure, and obviously nothing like your real-life scenario. But my gratitude on behalf of the Powers family, when I spoke with Michael, the survivor, he says to me, he's worried about the neighbors that witnessed the incident. He's worried about your firefighters and the emergency responders who responded to the incident. And very tragic loss in Housnack, but I am grateful for all the work of your department and their response in that event. We'll be having services for the family this week. It's been very hard for the family, but we do have some funds set up for them as well. So I just thank you, Chief. We'll be supporting your appropriation, making sure everyone has the gear they need to keep their strong response.
Seeing no further discussion, would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilor King.
Yes.
Councilor Crowe.
Yes.
Councilor Vaughn.
Yes.
Councilor Harris.
Yes.
Councilor LaFarge.
Yes.
Councilor Leahy.
Yes.
Councilor Calhoun.
Yes.
President Finn.
Yes. Are there any other additional reports of committees this evening? Seeing none, presentation of petitions, memorials, and remonstrances.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh, excuse me, Chief.
Hasn't been up to flies on the union leadership.
That was the longest presentation for one of the surest votes we've had.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for what you do.